So Linda, with BCP being around for as many years as it has, you've probably seen children go from, grade 1 to obviously graduating high school already. Are there some really interesting success stories of kids that you know now that are doing interesting things?
We're just starting to get them. We're just starting now to get kids who are graduating high school and starting programs. And I would say that our most moving success story is the little girl who John and Joyce sponsored in order to start BCP, because she's finished high school and she's now married about a year and she has a little baby, and she's our manager of the whole mountain program, and she's fantastic.
So she's gone through this system and now is involved in running part of it now.
She's now running BCP in the mountains.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, she's in charge of the volunteers, she's in charge of the children. So she's now in charge of the children who were sponsored in that area when she was the original sponsored child. So
I mean, isn't the ideal
That's
situation?
amazing.
Great? Yeah.
But I would love to know a little bit more about the family. So this is a success story for her. How is her sibling?
Well, she's got one sister,
doing
and
right
her
now?
sister just finished high school, and she's
So
in
it's
the
the whole
spa
family,
program.
basically.
Well, the parents are not really that much part of the picture. I believe she was raised by Nyoma Gautama, who became the manager of the original program. And he was instrumental in creating BCP with John and Joyce. So he was like a foster parent to Ilu and Kadek. And Kadek is now in our other program, which is a spa program. We've linked with a spa who's offering scholarships to high school graduates who want to do that.
Wow.
It's great. So for 3 months they learn spa treatment, massage, hair, the whole bit, and then they have a 2-year program where they can intern and be paid, and they have a career. So this is part of our stay in school and then look what you can do. You can actually have a career and a life. So these are the first 2 original children. They're both out of high school. They're both on a career path, and we're really, really excited.
So I think it's fair to say that the
Yeah.
Bali Children's Project is really helping,
It is really
making
helping.
a huge difference. Wow.
I met a boy yesterday who just finished high school, Wayan, and we have a gamelan program. The traditional Balinese music that was donated by a company, Hamerex, has been donating gamelans to BCP. This boy has studied it since we've got the first gamelan, and now that he's out of high school, he's playing in Ubud. He's getting paid to work with this organization, and he's also got a job. And he said he never could have done any of it. If he hadn't been sponsored, he wouldn't have been able to finish school. So yeah, we're first
And then we have the
seeing,
story
like,
about
real
the
life.
dancer, Putu, right?
Putu's a fabulous dancer.
She
great.
is
And she is
beautiful.
beautiful, and we have footage on her work.
Yes, and she's
that'll
been
be
sponsored by a
fantastic.
Dutch couple who knew her family. They sponsored through us, and I think she has a year or 2 of high school left. And they will sponsor her through whatever it is that she wants to do. If she goes to college, they'll sponsor her, and she's already won dance contests. Yeah, so
Yeah, she
she's
is
re-
fantastic.
And her
very
mother
talented
is
and-
our manager now in that area. She's a young widow, and we have hired her to be our manager, so that brings in some more income. And we pay Putu, who's sponsored, to teach dance to the other children who are sponsored, who couldn't afford dance lessons but really, really wanted it.
Right.
So everybody's winning and everybody's sponsored.
It's
and
such a
everybody's doing
great
something.
circle
Yeah,
of
yeah.
life, of giving back to each other.
It's really
a real
exciting.
community.
Yeah. We sponsor cats.
Oh, great.
So this, we have the sponsorship and we have the volunteering program. Can we touch
Yes.
up a little bit on that? On
The volunteers?
volunteering, yes, because there's, I'm sure, a lot more volunteers than sponsors.
We have a lot of
Right.
volunteers. We have a lot of volunteer requests. I'd say more of our volunteers now go to the mountain area than to Ubud because they're set up better for it. They have a volunteer house, and there's a lot of programs. In the Ubud area, we like
And it's a short
teacher
commitment.
volunteers.
Right.
We like a commitment of 1 to however many months. And we're changing the program somewhat now so that volunteers will pay because we can no longer afford to more or less subsidize them, which
Yeah.
is what
Right.
can happen.
Of course.
So we're asking them to support themselves, to pay BCP something to care for them. And then we like volunteers who can teach. You know, there are some who they can teach adults, they can teach women, they can teach English, they can teach the teachers, they can teach the children.
Right.
You know, they can teach yoga. Then there are some who do gardening. That's more like in the mountains. They're a little more agricultural up there as well as educational. They teach older children also. The volunteers can teach any age children. You know, we do young children, but as volunteers they can teach anybody.
Okay.
Great.
Good. So we would like to see who's the hands-on person.
Our manager?
I know we have a few. So let's get Eka on.